Welcome back. I'm Harrison, and today I'm taking you behind the scenes and letting you watch my process of making some art come to life. You're not going to see a finished piece of artwork at the end of this video, but what you will see is the beginnings of mini art pieces. I've used wood veneers before in the past, and today I'm trying a little bit of an experiment where I am trying to make leaf veneers. On the desk is of the first version of doing this. I really liked how it turned out, so I'm making more. And so I'm cutting up these acrylic sheets to be my little presses for these magnolia leaves that I have. And if you're sitting here and saying, Harrison, here's the deal. I like seeing you do this kind of stuff, but when people press leaves, they usually do it between books. They do it in a lot of different ways. Maybe, you don't have to use acrylic sheets that cost $20 at Home Depot. And I'd say you're absolutely right. But for me, it's important to see what the leaf is doing in the process. And so I like using the acrylic sheets so that I can kind of see what kind of textures I have. It's not just for the sake of botanical science, but rather for the aesthetics that these veneers are going to lend me. So it's important to know at every stage and step of the drawing process how these leaves look. So naturally, I have clear acrylic panels. So here on the desk is version 1.0. This was the first version of me doing this little experiment, and I thought it looked so good. I like the dark tones with the kind of off-white texture it produces on these magnolia leaves. So naturally, I want to do it 20 more times. So since we're doing this 20 times, I am trying a few different experiments on each leaf that I'm pressing to see what process I like best if I want to continue doing this stuff. So I noticed in the original that though it's pretty flat, near the stem, it's still a little wavy. And for a veneer, I want to get it as flat as possible. So for this leaf, I'm trimming the stem to be flush with the leaf edges itself to see if that does anything. So that's what I'm doing right now. And you'll see in a second, with a few more leaves, we'll try a few different ways of pressing. So here I'm using gaffer's tape. Which I like a lot. If you ask me, Harrison, do you have a favorite tape? Before this experiment, I might say, no, thank you. But here, I really have come to enjoy gaffer's tape, which is used in videography, cinematography. It's this weird blend between masking tape and duct tape. It's more durable, like duct tape, but it's less permanent, like masking tape. I like using this kind of tape because it allows me to remove it pretty easily, take out the leaf if I need to, set it outside if it's not drying correctly, but then maybe stick it back in and reuse the tape. It's not too sticky, but it is sticky enough, and it's not too sticky, and it's quite durable. So gaffer's tape, highly recommend. Yes, on to the next experiment. Here I am removing the stem itself. I am trying to dry the leaf halves to see if that produces an even more flat leaf press. Maybe the stem is the reason it's curling up. Maybe it's something else. Either way, you won't know unless you try. So here is me, like a mad scientist, trying a few different ways of pressing. It's almost like I'm filleting these leaves. Enjoy the weirdness. Tell me which you prefer aesthetically. Do you like the half leaf look, or do you like a whole leaf? Let me know. I got a little stingy with my leaf pressing here. I tried to maximize the space. I only have so many of these acrylic sheets, and they're not cheap, so I tried to fit 4 leaf halves, leaf fillets on these presses. And you know what? I ended up picking only 3 because I didn't want any overlap in case overlapping the leaves would produce different coloration where it is overlapped. I want to keep this as uniform as natural as possible. So for the first little run of experiments on these leaves, I'm going to give them a little bit of space and see how they do. As you can see, I am really on the struggle bus with which leaf I want to choose. I ended up going bigger is better with my logic here. And you'll see here in a second, I ended up having to angle the leaf at a 45-degree angle in order to fit it onto the little press, which is kind of fun. And the variety of these presses, you get some at an angle, some that are filleted, variety is the name of the game. So enjoy my pickyisms that probably won't matter in the end, that are just make the process just that, a little bit of a process. So as a rule of thumb, it's important that you keep your studio clean. And I'm not a clean nut per se. I tend to get a little messy when I get tunnel vision. So to kind of help motivate me to keep things tidy, I have this little desktop broom that its attractiveness, its aestheticness makes it a little bit more enjoyable and more motivating to keep things tidy and to use a beautiful tool in my workstation. So you'll see in a couple shots here, just me pulling that little broom out and sweeping away. And, maybe one of these days you can get your own broom and be motivated to sweep to your heart's content. For me, I'm an artist. I need pretty things to motivate me to do the most simple of tasks. So for better or for worse, for your own entertainment, I'll sweep and make leaf shavings. So naturally, we only have so many acrylic sheets to press, and it's a lot easier to get leaves than it is acrylic sheets. So for these excess leaves, I'm trying a little bit different of a drying process. Diversity, variety, that's what we're going for here. So when I maxed out my acrylic sheets with the pressings, I am trying to tie this string to the edge of these excess leaves because I'm going to hang them on a nail on a wall in my studio to see what they look like. I know they're probably not going to dry flat, but that's what the pressings are for. Maybe these will dry exactly the same way as they do in nature. Maybe not. Maybe they'll still get dark like the pressings do, but they will have a nice curve the way a non-pressed leaf dries. Only time will tell, and variety is the name of the game. So that's what's happening here. Obviously, I want to minimize the amount of holes I put in my walls. So I'm trying to tie these leaves on a string together to just let it all hang from one nail. The time has come, the walrus said, to start doing the cleanup. The job is done, but we are not finished with the work to be had. It's time to pull out that little broom of mine and tidy it up for the next video, for the next experiment, for the next art piece. And that's it. We have officially pressed some leaves. We're officially doing weird stuff in the studio. It'll be for art one day, but today it's just for its own sake, perhaps. that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.